Hey everyone, and welcome to another Golden Age Stories stream here. We are playing Mage the Ascension Technogate 1999, and we are on part 2 of our epic quest here as they are racing in Autochthonia, the Proto race. So part 1 was mainly the players were getting everything together and prepped and ready so that they could go to this race all souped up and ready to run it as efficiently and as best as they possibly could using all of the materials and drugs at their disposal. Um, and once they got to the races, just as things, after they had kind of met all of the different kind of groups, they had been offered to go to some betting that was going on about, people were talking about people dying, which, was a really low kind of odds kind of thing. You were also uh, offered some drugs by some progenitors. And then once the heat started, where the individuals go out onto the racetrack to get their positioning for the final race, the progenitors' car, when they were out um, in in their heat, all of the drones and the turrets that were designed to be as kind of, only one or two of them would be shooting at you type of thing. Just all of them poured down all of their firepower down onto the car and completely destroyed it. And so we kind of left it as a cliffhanger right there. So we're at part 2 right now. So let's go ahead and just introduce the heroes that we have here. So we've got Tycho Vance. Tycho, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character as well as a little bit about what you look like?
Tycho is 25, maybe 26 now. He always has retro futuristic kind of outfits, big bug eye goggles all the time. He prefers metallic fabrics. He grew up with his mother and up to the age of 5, his father working at Technogate. His father disappeared at the age of 5 in 1980. And his mother was in charge of the kind of Q division gadgets and stuff, and ran around with werewolves for a few years. Anything else come to mind? I think that's
What
good.
about your dad?
He disappeared.
Oh, yes,
His name
yes,
was
that's right.
Buck Samsonite, legendary adventurer of the Technogate Command.
Awesome. Yes, thank you, Tycho. So Phaedra, let's hear a little bit about your character and what you look like.
She is, I think, 27, 28. She just recently joined Technogate after a 15-year manhunt for her mother's killer, who was basically a crazed occultist murdering females. She is a progenitor, usually wearing anything of low budget white slacks or black slacks and white blouse. Cheap is the game for her. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so Robert, why don't you tell us a little bit about Robert Kell and what he looks like?
So Robert is a guy who kind of fell into a lot of this. He had not really been exposed to the kind of crazier side of life until he fell in with this group. So kind of taking it all in as he goes, but started out definitely a little more timid and has gotten out of that a bit now. He's so just your kind of average looking guy, wouldn't really stand out at all. Very just kind of unassuming, but always in a nice suit with a tie and his briefcase, and typically got some glasses on and just kind of short brown hair, just very Wouldn't notice him unless you were looking for him type guy.
Awesome. Yep. All right, and Malakai, tell us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, Malakai came from a military background, uh, father and mother both. Progressed through the ranks, made some friends with some reality deviants in the traditions, got them in a bit of hot water, ended up getting assigned to security detail for a civilian outfit, but has really enjoyed his time here and with Technogate 42.
Oh, just in case for anybody that doesn't know how, we actually have a bunch of production that we're doing in the background. You just can't see it, but that was a huge montage that we have of all the characters and them like doing all the things that they were just talking about. And yeah, it's really awesome, but we can't show it yet. It's not ready. So
Is it like a theme song?
so yeah, with a theme song and a montage and a whole. We spent like $50,000 on production. It was pretty
Damn.
cool, so
We're so good at this.
all right. So yeah, the last thing that you guys saw was, and the last scene that we were in was you guys were basically just watching the heats from where the racers are watching. And let's kind of pull up that kind of what the kind of racetrack kind of looks like here. So got crazy loop-de-loops, and we do have a chorus that kind of gives you the two-dimensional representation of it too, and I've added a little picture. You can still kind of see the three-dimensional look of this racetrack. It's pretty insane. All right, so and Tycho had been very kind and added all these little notes here for all of us to easily come back to and get right back in for you guys, which is kind of nice. So it is the Team Boost who is on the racetrack right now, and we go back to that scene of them revving up, and as soon as they come around the first corner, where they're supposed to take on some drones, like all of the drones from 16 that are supposed to attack the turrets at 6, or I think, wait, one is drones actually. Let me pull that up here.
Oh yeah, I wasn't taking notes by that time.
Yep. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, it's a drone attack. Yep. Number one is a drone attack, and then there are turrets at 6, and turrets at, or no, more drones at 16. Yep. Turrets at 6. I thought there was one more turret attack on here, but nope. Just the drones, the turrets, and then the drones again are just pouring down a ton of laser firepower down onto this. And after a few seconds of like firing onto the car starts like splitting apart, and the armor starts completely failing, and you can see from the inside all of the skin and like organic being of the wild scientist all of a sudden just like fills up the car and bursts out of it. You can see the two, the other teammates are scrambling out of the car, and the mad scientist turns into something that's similar to just a mesh of flesh and bones that stands about. Ooh, it starts off at about, he's about 5'5", and then he grows to about 7 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet tall. About gets up to a maximum of like 16, and ends up like picking up the car and just smashing the drones around it, and then throwing the car at the turrets and blowing up like 4 of the turrets. And everything starts like malfunctioning. There's a bunch of like sparks and fire and shit, and the last turret stops firing, or the other turrets in general, which they're not designed, or they're just, there's a whole bunch of chaos kind of happening. And then he shrivels back down into a little man, and like all of the alarms are going off and teams are coming in, and all the power has been shut down to the track, stopping all other activities happening. And then that's kind of the end of the scene there, unless there's anything physically that you guys want to do now that while you're watching this chaos unfold.
Are we close to this, or are we watching it on like monitors from the pit area?
Yeah, you're watching like monitors from the pit area.
Okay. And this was like the driver turned into like a big ass dude, or
yeah, like a big twist of if you've ever seen Akira, it's almost like he turned into what Tetsuya turns into at the end, where he's just a big ball of flesh and craziness, but then he ends up shrinking back down to normal size at the end of it, and he's naked, and people kind of come in and help him out, and there's teams and stuff like that are out there like helping all of them, but nobody ended up dying.
Oh.
Was Team Boost the one who was supposed to be on the track first?
Team Boost was second to last. So you guys were last.
Okay.
No, I take that back. I believe that it was Iteration X, New World Order, Progenitors, so they were the third. And then Syndicate was supposed to go, and then you were supposed to go.
So everybody else before Team Boost, they ran the track safely?
Yep, everybody else ran the track safely. So Iteration X is Cyborgs, the New World Order Racing X made it through without a problem. And then when Team Boost got on there, all of that stuff started attacking.
Okay.
I wonder who they pissed off.
So at this point, everybody's kind of like, they're bringing the car back in, and the races are canceled for the night while there's an investigation into this. And there's talk right now basically saying that, they believe the races will be back up and running tomorrow. So all racers are just to spend the night, at one of the local hotels, and to come back to the racetrack tomorrow morning, and they will, let everybody know what their investigation ended up being and revealing.
Who's telling us this?
So I guess the person that would probably end up telling you this would be, the mechanic, Jimbo. So Jimbo just kind of lets you know, yeah, okay, guys, like, sorry, looks like they're shutting everything else down here, and we're gonna have to wait until they do an official investigation, and the NWO is coming in, and they're stating that they're gonna take 24 hours to stake their investigation here, and they believe they'll have their culprit by then, and they'll start the races back up after the investigation is over.
Are we gonna like get some information from them, or are they just gonna like say that it's okay? Because I'm not taking my team through that thing if that's gonna happen to us.
Oh, well, I mean, the NWO, you'll have to talk to them more about whether or not, what they're going to reveal. But from my understanding, they will reveal what they believe to be not classified information at the end of their investigation. I don't know. We haven't had a situation like this before. I'm not quite familiar with all the protocols.
Well, at least we go after the syndicate tomorrow.
True. We get one in between us.
Yeah, somebody test in front of you. That's not a bad idea.
Well, actually, wait. The progenitors didn't finish. Don't they have to go again?
Oh yeah, and the progenitors will have to go again. Yep.
Even better.
Well, I know
Although
a.
that means we'll be the third tomorrow, and the third today was the problem.
Interesting. He says, well, I know a hotel that's nearby here. I can get you a taxi over there if you guys would like.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, cool. And so he gets you guys a taxi and everything, and you guys kind of go back out to the bigger city here of Autochthonia. And you're in like this one of these like big skyscraper buildings in one of these small little windows in a nice little spruced. Actually, they give you like a whole giant room, or well, I'd say they'll give you a whole floor, or well, a good huge section. So you guys have like a big giant dining room, a big giant living room. There'll be 5 bedrooms. One more than what you need.
It's more like it.
And it is fancy. It is, you guys are, they are bringing you extravagant food, and they're bringing you, any kind of beer or anything that you want. They have a menu of alien exotic foods if you want, and, everything that's made on Earth as well. They give you like little digital pads for room service, and little droids bring you your food. So you guys are all just hanging out inside the hotel.
I sort by top rated and exclude any Earth food and order the thing at the top of the list.
A Titan squid.
Sweet.
All right, so you guys are just kind of chilling out, relaxing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything weird.
Yeah, no, I'm curious to see what this investigation finds. I'm probably mostly just kind of watching headlines and browsing around to see what people are chattering about with this.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys are just gonna then just take the night. You don't want to do any investigation of your own.
I'm gonna take my science kit and start messing with one of the vials of vampire blood that I bought.
So what you bought is not exactly vampire blood. It's definitely extremely diluted and changed, but there is it's derived from vampiric blood, and the only way that you kind of know that is because you've dealt with vampire blood before. If you didn't have direct experience with this, even with the magical knowledge that you have, you would definitely not know that this is vampire blood in any way, shape, or form, or derived from it.
Okay. So is it synthetic then?
No, it's actually it has vampiric. It's derived directly from, and then it's basically extremely diluted and changed. But the base is definitely vampire blood, and some pretty potent vampire blood from what you're seeing. There also seems to be some kind of like little alien traces of something else inside of it that you really can't make out at all. But you can't really tell if it doesn't seem to do anything or have any effects or anything, but there just seems to be some kind of weird alien taint on it.
Can I make a biological scan to try to get the makeup or ingredients?
Yeah, you can start putting it through some scans. Me a You can just give me a straight Arete roll, difficulty of 5.
One success.
Um, and what were you exactly looking for in your scan?
Uh, I'm just trying to get the biological makeup, or isolate what ingredients are in it.
So a lot of the ingredients are like steroids and not necessarily common, but possibly common to the progenitors. But um and that's where it's mostly comprised of, but there's a element that is combining all it, like it's used as like a synergy and a thing to kind of magically combine all of these together. Advanced science, using the vampire blood, it makes it a lot easier for all of these things to kind of go into your system and stay in your system and be more potent inside of your system. And it's kind of like an accelerant and the base of this whole formula. If you didn't have that vampiric understanding of blood and actual interaction with blood, like you wouldn't it would just be an unknown element as to why these things are so much more enhanced than what there are. Just like there is there is another element that you've never dealt with either, and that's even further down, that doesn't seem to even be doing anything at all. The vampire blood definitely is doing stuff. But if another progenitor looked at this, they wouldn't say vampire blood. They just say, element X is doing some things here, and then there's element Z, and I don't know what that's doing at all.
Okay. I'll have to figure that out at the lab later.
Uh, just because my curiosity has been piqued a little bit. I think I do want to not necessarily go investigate, but I'd like to at least scan around to try and get tapped into any like local comms that I might be able to pick up from like the help, like maintenance crew and that kind of stuff that might be chattering about this, and also just like digging around online a little bit to see if I can find any people talking about it on a little shadier level.
Find the local subreddit. Find the
Yeah,
thread.
yeah. Log in and
Interesting.
like create an account on Nextdoor and
So give me an Arete roll, difficulty, or actually give me a computer plus intelligence roll.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Kittens was eating my foods and didn't realize had arrived.
2.
Ooh, nice. So with 2, you will have I'd say you're, starting your hack. Things are going pretty good for you so far. Or not really hacking, you're just kind of social media, delving right now. Give me another check as well. Same roll.
5, 4, 5,
Ooh, 5.
5.
All right, so um sure, I will definitely say that at this point you've kind of gotten your way into the maintenance form. And so this is where like all of the maintenance workers kind of use a, Teams type of chat in order to kind of communicate with each other and set up stuff.
I pause from frantically typing. I look over my shoulder and I say, "I'm in." Continue.
So, as you start like kind of looking through all of these kind of forms and stuff, you find that there's like a hidden chat channel that you're gonna have to try and use some advanced science in order to try and access because it seems to be kind of made out of advanced science to a small degree. It's like a advanced computer program or advanced like chat room that you kind of basically you're hacking into it.
Man, they've got some impressive encryption for internal forum for their maintenance workers. Let's do this.
Roll Arate, difficulty of 5.
Oof. That's
It's still 1.
1. That's 1.
Yeah, this is it's not really that advanced. It's not, there's a lot of precautions, but it was kind of set up so you couldn't just easily access it. So you got in, and this is like the personal, where they kind of, it's not officially logged anywhere in order to,
Perfect.
allow for them to have some level of privacy and stuff. And there's a lot of talk on there about Jimbo, and just how he's been off ever since his wife died, and he's a lot of them are talking about making sure not to have any of the drugs that are coming from the progenitors, and you kind of dig all the way back kind of thing, and you find some talk about Jimbo was looking into, after his wife had died, Jimbo looked into a bunch of stuff into these progenitors and then just dropped it all together and got really weird after that. And then stopped even posting at all inside of the chat forums.
Well, shit. Professional opinion, there might be something going on here.
I mean, Jimbo didn't really make it that discreet that he didn't like the
No.
progenitors.
Do you think he'd risk everything? Like, there's
No.
got to be something going on there.
Well, maybe it's those specific progenitors.
Yeah. Interesting.
They got her hooked on the juice.
I mean, I want to see her autopsy report.
So it was last year's, after last year's races, that Jimbo's wife died of suicide.
Okay. Was there drugs found in her system?
So you guys look up the report regarding that, and what you basically come down is that the investigation was horribly done. Nobody really looked into anything, and it was just labeled suicide, and they didn't really do a massive autopsy or anything.
You guys keep looking into that. Malakai, come with me.
All right.
I'm like, okay, you already look right, and I'm gonna change into something less descript, more fitting in, and I'm gonna head down to the hotel bar. And I am going to assume that the other teams are staying here, because that's usually how racing works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, other teams are here. You go down to the bar.
All right. I'm going to spend some time, just hanging out with Malakai, and then I'm going to try and strike up a conversation with somebody from the syndicate.
Okay. So one of the racers from the syndicate.
Yeah, or somebody else that I saw betting, but yeah, probably a named character is good.
Okay. So from the syndicate, we'll say that the gunner, Gerald, is down at the bar. You notice him sipping a drink that's purple that you've never seen before and kind of fizzy.
Yeah. Hey, Gerald. It's Tycho from from the Void Engineers. What is that you're drinking?
Oh, this is fuzzy wuzzy. You don't probably want to drink it if it's your first time. It's very hallucinogenic. I should be fine by the
Duly
races.
noted. I think I'll just stick to my gin and tonics. So hey, did you what do you think about what happened today? I mean, shit, we both got to run heats tomorrow.
I have to say that it defied all odds.
You know, see, that's why I wanted to talk to somebody from the syndicate, because I was wondering, because I know you guys set odds for things. Did anybody bet that was going to happen?
I mean, not exactly. I mean, Jenna's the only one who bet that somebody would die this race, but nobody died, so she didn't win.
Yeah. It seems. I know I wouldn't be stupid enough to bet if I was going to set up something like that just to make money, right? Nobody would do that.
Nobody would do something for money? Wow, you're a fool.
No, I mean, setting up a situation like that, like sabotaging stuff in order to make money. I mean, you would get caught, right?
No. I mean, it depends. I'm sorry, but the motivation to make money, from what I've seen in my life, will make people do the dumbest and weirdest things. And the more money that it makes them, the more likely that they're going to do something stupid. Now, do I think that Jenna would do something stupid like that? No. I think she's too smart for that. Do I think that money can make people do, even smart people do dumb things? Yes, but I doubt that she would do anything like this.
Mm. Hey, is there any public accounting of who made what bets and what the odds are and stuff? I know you guys do all that kind of stuff, right? No offense.
Yeah, you'd have to talk to the accountant.
Is he around?
Well, you'd have to go back to the place where people were betting. But yeah, he's usually hanging out there doing bets on Autochthonia. We just call him the accountant. He basically keeps track of all the bets on Autochthonia.
Okay. Hey man, thanks for the tip.
Yeah, not a problem.
See you on the track tomorrow.
Yeah, look forward to it. Stay safe.
You too.
And while they were talking, I would like to be paying attention to people noticing us talking. If anybody's, especially once we start discussing what had happened and etc.
Make a perception plus alertness. Difficulty 6. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a bunch. 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 total.
So, normally it'd be a little bit more obscure on this, but with that many successes, there is somebody that's definitely taken notice to you and have been watching you this entire time. A man in black, MIB. You recognize the uniform and glasses and he's been doing it just out the corner of his eye, but he's been watching you out of the corner of his eye this entire time, basically. If you weren't so perceptive, you wouldn't have really noticed it.
Was he watching me or was he watching the conversation that was happening?
Not only is he watching the conversation, but from your perception, you can tell by the way that he's handling his earpiece and stuff like that, he's listening to your conversation as well.
Okay, I'm going to just lock that away for a moment when I can bring it up. Did you say what position he was on the?
Yeah, is it not one of the?
Not one of the.
No, this is just a regular MIB, not one of the racers, just a regular MIB member or a regular Men in Black.
Okay. All right.
from the
okay.
NWO.
Yeah. So just like a fan that's here.
Yeah, the New World
All right.
Order agents of Race X are actually more street racer type kind of looking people. They're the more undercover. They played in the movie Drifter or whatever, whatever those too furious, too firing fireballs stuff,
Yeah. So I am going to play it cool. I'm not going to let him know that I noticed him and wait until Tycho finishes up.
Yeah. So Malakai, if you want to, I'm gonna head over to that betting place again. I just wanna get a feel for what's going on here. If you want to come along.
Yeah, I'll tag along, and I'm going to be paying attention to see if we're tailed.
Yeah.
Since
I wonder
you've-
I wonder how Phaedra and Ricky are doing. Oh wait, I contact Phaedra and Ricky.
You mean Robert?
I mean Robert. Hey Phaedra, Robert, I say into a phone. Malakai and I are gonna head over to that betting hall. We've got a lead.
Sounds good. I'm hoping to dig up some type of psych evals or something for this guy and see if I might be able to gather anything there. I'm gonna do the same for his wife as well.
Yeah. All right.
Keep an eye out for the NWO.
That's the type of thing I usually don't say over open comms.
All right, so you guys head out. So I'll stop there for a little bit here. You guys kind of head out. You're watching to make sure you're not being tailed, and then we'll jump back over to Phaedra and Robert. Phaedra, is there anything specific that you're looking to do right now?
I'm gonna look into the wife's life. Did she have a particular profession?
She was a mechanic as well.
Oh,
It is.
I'm gonna.
She is also just considered an enhanced human. He is awakened, but he is, he's he's actually probably about the same Marate around where you guys are, 3 or so. But she was just an enhanced human. She was never enlightened, and she is always, but was one of the best mechanics out of all of the enlightened or the just enhanced humans, basically. And she died about a year ago. Give me a roll of intelligence plus. Oh, let's go with research. Or that, or else computers, I guess.
Hold on. Yes. Difficulty?
Difficulty of 6. Oh,
4
nice.
successes.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to get a good amount of basic info. Like you're looking for like biology or like medical history and stuff like that. Is that primarily like the morgue statement, stuff like that?
Yes, I want the morgue statements, and I also want to treat this like it was a potential murder. What would be the motive of murdering this individual? Was this right before the races?
All right. So the report that kind of comes back about her suicide, the basis of the morgue report is that she slit her wrist while she was inside of a bathtub, and no further investigation was done beyond that. Like it seemed to be an obvious. There was no other marks on her or any other damage to show a sign of a struggle or anything like that, so they didn't dig any deeper. They there was a tox screening that was done, but there's no report on it after it was done. It just seemed to be like it just fell off of the report and just never got reported on, or any documentation on it actually getting fulfilled. But there is a tox screening that was ordered to see, what happened to her. But other than that, it kind of just got dropped, and the investigation altogether after that looks like you do see that the coroner on this, or the guy that's doing the report, is a member of the progenitors as well.
Huh.
As for medical history and stuff like that, she was known for drug abuse. That she used, and I guess that's just from the medical report that you have, is that there's no like reasonings behind why, but you get the that she definitely reported in for drug treatment quite often for a variety of drugs.
Can I get a name of the coroner?
Pepper.
What?
Pepper
Oh,
Bond. I don't know. Actually, let me think of one here. It just the progenitor. You get a name. I can't think of a name off the top of my head for some reason. All of a sudden, it just
Cool
like
beans.
Pepper.
It's fine. Hmm.
How about you, Robert? You anything that you want to do?
Yeah,
I'm guessing you guys are kind of working together.
Yeah, just kind of digging into like the psychic profiles and that kind of thing, assuming that there was some of those if they're working in these kind of critical jobs of maintaining the vehicles and that kind of thing.
Yeah, give me an intelligence and computer roll again. Even the botch doesn't bring you down. Oh, you're still at 3. Because the 1 is already taken into account. Cool. So yeah, even with a botch, you're still solid on your check here. You're able to get a psych eval on her. She has a psych eval that basically says that she was always envious of her husband's powers, his abilities to manipulate and understand mechanics and machinery better than she ever could, type kind of thing. And she used drugs to try and compensate and catch up with him. So she was always looking for the new high to get her better and stronger and faster, and utilized quite a bit of progenitor created drugs to try and enhance herself further than what her capabilities were. And she was always very just kind of like a high-strung individual type kind of thing, always striving to be better and always feeling like they're inadequate. His psych eval is, he was a very, just bubbly, friendly type kind of person, and that's always been kind of his check on that. But there is a slight change of he just is way, like, Jimbo used to talk forever. You'd have to tell him to shut up, and now he kind of doesn't try and make connections as much as he used to with people ever since his wife's death. And they just attribute that to the loss of his wife and grieving.
Man, yeah, all right. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm gonna end up having to talk to Jimbo.
I mean, yeah, we need your mindful insight on him.
I'm just gonna jump in here and say, there is an official investigation going on.
Yeah, we don't want to get too involved.
Yeah, I want to be prepared for tomorrow. I don't want to preempt tomorrow.
True, but if it is him doing it, he's got control of our car.
Yeah, he has no reason to hate us besides the fact that we told him we bought the drugs so that we could study them.
Tycho,
What did I do?
you told him.
I thought he just saw us buy that shit.
No, you told him.
He saw you guys talking with them about it.
So there is
whatever.
one thing that you guys are kind of forgetting about. So I'm going to allow for Tycho and Malakai are really the ones that need to do this. Is make a intelligence check, difficulty of 8, just intelligence. There is no botching.
Oh, good there's no botching.
Yeah. Well, Tycho doesn't know or doesn't remember. That's fine.
Can do it.
Ooh. Oh no.
Looks like Malakai doesn't either.
And you
It's a
both
-1.
would have botched. Dang, I should have taken out botches on that one. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep
Could
my
we
mouth
try-
shut then.
I'm
Can
not
we
an intelligence.
try for a higher difficulty?
No, it's fine. I have an idea of what's gonna be happening with that with the information you're missing right now, anyways. So,
I'm a wits guy. I'm not an intelligence guy.
which actually let's jump back to Tycho Tycho and Malakai then real quick here because it's kind of I think actually this will work out pretty well too. So you guys are heading back over to the betting area to investigate a little bit deeper into the account or have the accountant let you know about who made what bets type kind of things.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to people in the betting place.
And Malakai had noticed that there was an MIB that was watching you before. That same MIB, I'm gonna just roll over your kind of successes here and say that he's you've been able to keep an eye on him because he's never stayed out of sight, basically. If you hadn't like latched onto him, it would have been harder to kind of keep an eye on this, but you're definitely being followed by this MIB.
I wanna sneaky tell Tycho that we got a tail.
I'm gonna say you guys are in a taxi right now. And there's a one taxi behind you that just is following you around. You can tell that, and you saw him get into that. So, but he might be having a listening. The MIB have, good hearing.
Yeah. Do we have enough shared experience for like, hey, remember that one time? Like, okay, oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say yeah. You guys have, you guys kind of can just let each other know without being obvious.
All right. Well, then I will make sure not to look around.
Don't turn directly and look right at.
Yeah, because I understand that I'm not supposed to let the guy know that we know.
All right, cool. Well, then, you guys arrive at the betting place and can go on in without any issue. There's no bets going on right now, so things quiet and calm down. And there's a bookie behind a caged door, or a caged area that has like a bunch of money and books and shit behind him. And he's got a big giant book in front of him that it's none of this is books. All of this is like digital pads and shit like that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But still all caged, and there's money behind him.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, Malakai, keep an eye out. I'm going to go talk to the bookie, and then if I go talk to the accountant, I'll want you to come with. But I go up to the bookie and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to make a bet.
Betting's closed right now. You remember I said that it was closed? Like that they're nobody else is really there. They're just
What kind of off-track betting facility is this?
one that's not open 24/7.
Well, when does betting open again?
Betting is opening, business hours standardly. It's like
Hours.
8 o'clock right now p.m.
We're in a mega city on a planet. Anyway, can I have a pad with all the odds and stuff? Is that's publicly available, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you like all the different, gives you a data pad that lets you go through all the different bets that you can do.
Okay. I assume there's just like hundreds of different things.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try and find anything that would like scream to me like this is what somebody would bet on if they had some information about sabotage.
There is a car gets blown up, one, but that's not very much odds. The only one that really does stand out really to you is the death odds, and the only person to bet on this was the scanner from the syndicate team, who so that was Jenna.
Okay.
But none of the other bets seem to be on that kind of line.
Okay. I go back to the bookie and I'm like, you know what? Somebody told me there was somebody I could talk to make like, off the books kind of, specific bets. Well, maybe not off the books, but like, kind of like special bets. Somebody named the accountant.
Yeah, I can. You can talk to the accountant.
Oh, that's just the thing I can do. It's not like a weird thing.
No, yeah, that's fine. Lots of people ask to talk to the accountant just to verify all of their bookings and stuff like that, all the odds and everything, and dispute different things.
Okay, well, I'd like to talk to the accountant about a very special bet.
Okay. He kind of presses a button on one of the pads, and a robot comes down and like kind of rolls over to you and beeps at you, and he says, "Follow him. He'll take you to the accountant."
Okay, I start following the robot.
I also follow.
All right. So the MIB, of course, is not following you guys, but he did. I'm going to say that he didn't even come inside at all. But his taxi did stop outside, but he stopped following you guys once you got here. And so we'll kind of stop there for you guys real quick, and we'll jump back over to Robert and Phaedra. Anything further that you guys would like to do?
I'm good to wait and regroup after whatever they find out there right now. I feel like I've got a pretty good story built up of what I think happened.
Same.
Okay. All right. So then you guys, so you just, when I shot back to you guys are just like, I think I got this. I've got this. I know what's going on. And
unless we can find her body and I can do a scan, not much else I can do.
Yeah, I don't really want to like step on any investigative toes. So, especially with just the two of us, so I feel like I at least have some stuff I want to run past them before doing anything.
okay,
Which
cool.
we'll wait till they're back.
All right, so we flash back over to Robert Malakai. You guys arrive at the accountant's room. He's just got tons of data pads and everything around him, and you see him just moving at kind of lightning kind of speed, and he kind of looks up at you guys as he's like still working, and he's like, "Okay, what can I do for you guys? Come on, let's go."
I was actually looking for some information. I hope you could help me.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell me who pulled off that little sabotage today at the track.
I have no idea. That would be That would be a long shot for me to know something like that. Why do you think I know?
You're the man with all the data streams. You set the odds for everything.
Well, I can tell you the odds of who probably did it, but I mean, I don't really have a lot of information regarding that, truthfully.
Okay. Well, then I'd like to bet
Okay.
on who pulled off that little sabotage today. What are the odds?
I'll give you, well, I mean, it depends on who you're naming, I guess.
Let's see. Well, let's say me. All the other racers, and that Jimbo fella. If we were all on the list, who would be the odds-on favorite for me to bet on? I mean, you set the odds, right?
Well, I mean, we set the odds based upon the information that we have. I guess I can do a little bit of a scan here on what I do know about this situation. And he kind of starts kind of tapping away at a few things, and he's like, well, actually,
Well,
I would have to
we could
say
also...
everything seems to come back as a little bit even. There is a slight chance of a malfunction, but there doesn't seem to be any reason for any of these. There's no motive that I can find. Therefore, all roads lead back to if I don't know the motive, the odds are even.
Well, let's. What are the odds for no culprit found?
Those are pretty bad. You got one in 1,000 basically.
Okay, so I wouldn't win a lot of money if I, let's say, put $10 down on that. I'd probably just either lose it or make 11.
Right. Yeah.
Or get it back 11.
Like a penny, I think. Actually, 1 in 1,000 would be.
Yeah, I don't know how odds work.
I don't actually know how betting works in real life, so.
Yeah, me either. Well, in that case, it's legal for me to bet on my own team, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, well, I would like to put $10 down for the Void Engineers to win the whole thing.
Don't we have to like bet TAS or something here?
You do have to bet TAS.
You have 2 tasks, sir.
So it'd be 1 task that you could put down on it.
I would like to bet 1 task that the Void Engineers win. Now that payout should be pretty high because the odds are against us.
Yes, the odds are definitely against you. You will get back 20 tasks if you guys win.
Yeah.
20 to 1. All right.
20 to 1.
Sweet. You make 120 tasks.
No, I only get
No,
one.
he only put 1 task down.
I
Well,
don't
plus
even-
winnings.
Plus
We
winnings.
have 2.
You get 100 tasks for winning.
Oh, that's right.
And if you win the bet,
Oh.
that's 20 tasks. What's 120 tasks?
Well, we have 2 tasks, so couldn't we put down 2?
You could put down 2.
I suppose I'll put down 2.
All right. Well,
What are you hedging for?
I don't know where this is coming from. That's why. Do I have any?
yeah. You guys have used up all of the special tasks that I've kind of given you guys, which is why you guys only had 10 in the beginning. With I figured you guys would just blow your tasks all the time, anyways. So.
Yeah.
I
Spent
mean,
8. We got 2 left.
I feel like I should have some for the race.
Just spend the task.
Okay, I give him 2 tasks, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And hey, if the odds change on that culprit, why don't you send me a notification?
All right. Well, if I find out the motive, I will tell you.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh when they make an official announcement. And he texts you like,
Found the note of.
Did you check the news?
All right, so
All right.
you guys head out of the
Oh,
bookie
hey,
place.
is there a back way out of here?
Yeah,
You know, like a secret way out.
yeah, definitely. Well, not secret, but yeah, there is a back way out.
Okay, can I go out that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I leave that way.
All right, so you and Malakai pop out, and as soon as you guys pop out the back door, you see a badge and MIB agent an MIB agent flashing a badge at you, and they
Sweet.
says, "Holtz, gentlemen, can I talk to you for a moment?"
Yeah,
Is
I
it the
guess.
one that I recognize?
Yep, he's the one that's been following you. Can I ask you, good gentleman, why you're sneaking out the back of a betting facility?
It's legal to bet here.
Well, yeah. Does seem a little bit sketchy after there was an attempted murder on somebody, and you guys are doing some weird checking into bets and stuff like that. I mean, are you guys what's going
Hey.
on here?
Hey, I'm on one of those racing teams. I don't know if you know who I am. I'm Tycho Vance.
I'm very
the Void
familiar
Engineer.
with who you are, Tycho.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Anyway, I have to drive one of those cars tomorrow, and I was just looking into it to make sure that I'm not gonna die.
Okay,
Just
I believe you. But
Oh,
on camera, we have detected that you did a scan of the vehicles before, like a thorough advanced scan of these vehicles before they were put out onto the road. Can I have that data for the investigation?
Yeah, I'll give. I'll send him a copy of.
was that Malakai that did the scan?
Yeah, we took pictures of it with Matter and Prime, and so yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
send him what the baselines that I got, and whatever I got from day of. We didn't really go over whether or not I got anything, but
Yeah, nothing seemed to stand out to you immediately, but you weren't, digging really hard into, you had some ideas that there might be, but you didn't really have specific things to look into at the time, and you haven't really looked at it since the accident happened, which is what that intelligence roll was for. So he gets the data from you, and he says, well, thank you very much, gentlemen, and
it was
continue.
a copy that you gave him, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Didn't get your name, officer.
Officer David.
Officer David of the MIB.
Yep. Well,
All right.
Never have first names.
you mean never have last names?
Well,
No, their first names are their last names.
It's actually that they never have first names. David can be a last name.
Ken.
It can.
You can.
All right, so you guys are able to. After that, he doesn't have anything else for you. You're
Well,
not
it
on the
was
suspect
less
list.
threatening than I thought it would be.
As we're leaving the alley, I turn around and I'm like, hey, for old time's sake, can you follow us back to the hotel?
He laughs. He, however, does not follow you.
After I turn the corner, I just say, fucking wanker. He could have just asked us to creep around.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make it back to the hotel room without any problem.
So I want to first figure out if Officer David is a real person or not.
Officer David is a real person that is investigating is part of the MIB team that's investigating into the event. The
Okay.
accident, quote unquote.
Yes, that is good. I just wanted to make sure he was an actual MIB person and et cetera, et cetera. So, good stuff.
So what did you guys come up with?
I see a lot of motive here for Jimbo
I
to
see.
want to off some progenitors. I don't know that it would necessarily be these progenitors. I suspect there is some kind of more specific tie between him and them. But
Yeah. I look at the information, I'm just like, fuck, this is dark. This is
Yeah.
super dark.
The coroner should be fired. And if
That
Jimbo was going to murder anyone, it'd be this coroner. Because, hot damn, she didn't do her job at all.
Did he make a stink about it afterwards? I mean, it definitely seems like he thinks the progenitors did something to her. But this makes it look like she just had a drug problem.
just kind of went quiet from everything I found. He just kind of pulled away from everything a little bit.
From what it seems to me is that he did not. Yes, he went quietly at the end, but I think he probably dug in and found something and then
And
shut
was, yeah.
So, there's one thing that we heard at the betting place that made me think, and that was the odds that there's not a culprit found was like 1 to 1,000. It was crazy, horrible. 1,000 to 1, whichever way it would go. But he doesn't seem to he seems to be acting normally. He's just telling us like, "Oh yeah, no, we're just gonna get everything cleaned up and we'll be racing tomorrow probably. You're gonna stay in the hotel, you know." And if he had snapped, he would just be assuming that he was gonna get caught, and he would be not trying to pass it off. Like he knows he would get caught in this to pull off something so brazen.
I mean, have you ever encountered a psychopath?
He could have just been playing it cool until he
I
got
mean, I didn't
away
murder
from everybody
people
else and then
with
dipped.
Trump face. Yeah.
I thought we had pretty decent. No, maybe I'm wrong. We don't have empathy. Never mind. Okay. Well, I just there's that one. What's her name? With the high value bet on somebody dying. He would be a really convenient fall guy.
You know what's sad
to make
is
that bet pay out.
I was going to put that bet on someone dying, and we could have been one of those suspicious people.
Same. Because you know our track record with having a nice calming adventure. I'd have been more surprised if the race had just ended peacefully.
So you guys said that the MIB guy wanted those vehicle scans. Have you had a chance to take a look at those?
Not I did a cursory once over and looking for matter, so I was looking for, things that would be physically wrong with it. And to be honest, it seemed more like it was a failure on the drone side, like the drones or the track programming. I guess I didn't really look at them that closely. I figured there was a track failure, and whatever car was out there at the time was going to get lit up.
Well, that's what we assume. Let's go through the scans.
I mean,
Yeah.
he followed you for a reason, right?
Yeah, I assume that the time that if he just wanted the scans and he would have just came up and asked for them, the fact that he followed us, I think he wasn't sure if maybe get those scans were we did something nefarious.
Us?
That was kind of the feeling that I got, but
No way, not that you guys.
We're like
anything
fluffy
wrong.
little bunnies.
yeah.
Speak for
Wait.
yourself.
So
Just to be clear, did any of you guys sabotage that? Was it one of you guys?
I suppose I should have asked that.
I mean, it wasn't me.
Phaedra was like, "I wanted all the blood."
If anything, I wanted the race to end quickly so I could go do research.
True.
I'm kind of mad.
All right, so we're obviously all clear.
So you kind of look over the matter scan real quick, and the scan of the kind of more information that you have as the car after and before and after matter scan, stuff like that. You guys have pretty much all the bases you kind of need for this. First thing that kind of comes back is that when you guys get done analyzing it, first of all, he didn't switch any of the cars like he said he was going to. All the cars
Absurd.
have the same signature, and a matching corresponding, resonance and signature that, identifies each car as which car is whose cars, and none of them got switched. But there was a conversation you had with Jimbo about switching the cars. That didn't happen.
He lied to us. That's a bad mark for Jimbo.
The next thing
Yeah,
that
his profile's looking pretty bad, man.
Yep.
he was also working on the progenitor's car before when you guys took these scans, and
Yep.
it isn't until the very last scan that you're able to get like a little, like, with your guys' correspondence understanding and stuff like that. There is an extra signature that has been attached to the progenitor's car after Jimbo got done working on it. And that signature is what attracted all of the turret fire and the drone fire, and basically activated all these, automated systems in order to attack the car.
So if we know this, they definitely
It
know
might be.
this.
Yeah,
They're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, they would figure it out.
So we can just sleep easy knowing that this had nothing to do with us.
Yep.
Yeah. Case closed, guys. Let's
And then
go
we'll-
race.
Way to go,
We'll
us!
We'll do a quick scan of our car for unknown signatures like that.
Yeah, can
before
you
we start, and-
Make sure you record that pattern so we can just do a quick once over tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll isolate it out and get a little detector for it.
I feel no loyalty to this man. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I give no fucks. As long as he's not just killing all progenitors. Because, hello?
He might be. We're not sure where this killing spree will end.
We might want to check our,
Phaedra, you get an email.
oh, okay.
In the email, it says, saw you digging around in some reports here. Thought you might find this interesting. And there's an attachment onto it. It's not signed by anybody. It doesn't say who it's from or anything, but the attachment is the tox report.
Dun dun dun!
The same drug that you have in your possession right now was in her system an insane amount.
She was jacked up on vamp juice, man.
Okay. So things got complicated.
Wait, you want to find her now?
No,
I need that body.
I mean, kinda. I do want the body, but I don't want anybody to take my serums.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not. Nobody's taking those drugs.
No, well, not ingesting them. No.
Not the vampire ones. You made some other stuff, right?
What?
Wait, you mean take as in?
Confiscate them for evidence. I want.
Oh,
Okay. Tycho, why you had to tell people I bought these off the fucking progenitors?
you did it out in the open. They were like, "Hey, do you want some drugs?"
It was like a bad 90s anti-drug commercial.
Okay. Well, I'm hiding these. No one's taking these. But I want to know what that unknown element is in my vials.
Can I scan it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you?
With Phaedra pointing out that there's this unknown element.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that might not be a bad idea for you to latch onto this. There might be some stuff you might have. Go ahead and roll Arate, just straight up Arate. Difficulty of 5.
One success.
So there is a spirit signature inside of this, a very, 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 very faint one.
That's what I was worried about.
And it seems to have some kind of deep umbral signature resonance to it, and it's something that actually make a werewolf plus intelligence roll. Werewolf lore plus intelligence.
Just 2. Difficulty.
Difficulty of 8.
That is appropriate.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
shit.
Tycho. Well,
There's a success in there.
That happens.
there is
It
a success
happens.
in there. So that's about all that you didn't fully botch, but you don't really, but there's some kind of like there's something spiritual that's inside of this that has some kind of weird deep umbral resonance to it that you can't really get any more out of from me. But
yeah, there's so Phaedra. There's definitely something. There's something with dimensional science here, like some sort of umbral entity, but I just can't put. It's nothing I've ever seen before. Maybe when we get back to the ship, if I can use your lab, maybe I can.
Could I try to make a roll for it with I do have 1 dot in spirit and then like maybe academics and intelligence?
do you have any no, I mean, basically werewolf is I give a little bit with werewolf knowledge, but you'd have to have something like deep umbral knowledge or
I don't have raised lore.
okay, so you've done some research on vampires, right?
Right.
I'm gonna at this point, if you guys don't have well, no, I'm just gonna give you a straight intelligence roll because you don't technically have but I'm gonna allow you guys to buy 1 dot in vampire lore if you guys want, but it'll be vampire lore plus intelligence difficulty of 8, and I can possibly give you something. If you don't, because of your dealings with vampire and vampire blood specifically, you might have heard something about this, in your research. So I'll give you just intelligence difficulty of 8.
Okay. I'll just do straight up intelligence. Give me something.
Ooh.
I got 1.
The only thing that when you kind of analyze this, and just kind of based off of some of the stuff that you know about vampires, and what happened on the racetrack, and this is definitely seems to have some element of what is called vicissitude in the vampiric world. It's basically the ability to flesh and bone craft and create monstrous creatures or turn yourself into a monster. I'm going to say you don't really know much else about it other than that. It's just something that when you heard about it, it kind of sparked your interest to a little bit of a degree, but you don't really have, more information as to, what clan or anything like that. Or
You mean like kind of how that guy turned into a giant?
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Made out of flesh and bone and.
Out of game, I think I probably know what clan this is. But okay. It's not good.
Also, some people might get really mad at me for using one of the books in this, but I'm not going to go any further. That's some out of game. There's it's something I might be doing that people might not approve of.
Are you gonna get me too, Josh?
What's
Are we
that?
gonna have to cancel? Are we gonna have to cancel you?
Oh no. Well, I don't know. Some people might be really happy I'm using this book, and some people might be very mad. But that's as much as I'm giving.
Yeah, let's not worry about it. Let's all get a good night's sleep and go find out who did it from, the officials who
Yeah,
do investigations.
It's not our problem. For once, we don't have to stick their nose in it. I just
Yes.
don't want somebody to get
If you guys want,
confiscated.
you guys can drop it at this point and just let the authorities take over at this point, if you wish. But there is something deeper going on, and you all do get that feeling that there is something. This isn't just a simple somebody tried to kill somebody for, I mean, basically, you guys still don't have exactly, you know that there's a connection here with drugs and, but there is a feeling of something a little bit deeper that's going on here. But if you do wish, we can definitely skip on and go to the next day and kind of reveal what the investigation has found out.
Yeah.
So, my curiosity is taking over, actually. Before I gave no fucks, but now it's like, it's scientific, so I care.
Okay, well let's talk this out because I also, when Josh puts it like that, it's kind of like, yeah, obviously it's not Jimbo. He's being framed. It's too perfect. They're gonna drag him away tomorrow, and the whole race is gonna go by, and the evildoers aren't gonna be really punished.
Oh,
And
I
the
give no
test.
fucks about that. I just curiosity.
the more that I analyze my profile, the more I don't think he fits.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, let's look at the progenitors then.
Actually, we are coming up on a good little halfway point here. And I think that this is a good, like, you guys went to go sleep on it, and then when you wake up, you're like, wait a minute. Or, before you're trying to go to sleep on it, you're like, wait, fuck this, man. We gotta figure this shit out. I can't sleep. So,
Formulas won't allow me to take a nap.
but we're gonna do the transition, the beautiful transition that I spent $50,000 on getting all these cool features that nobody can see because it's not ready yet. Is you guys going to laying down and then each one of you like stirring and then getting up and going, I gotta figure this out, and like each one of you coming out into the room and then cut. All right, we are going to break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully we'll have this cut down to just a few seconds here. So be right back. Hey everyone, welcome back to Technogate here. So where we had just left off was our heroic crew here had tried to go to sleep and be like, not our problem, and kind of all stirred and like, you know what? Actually, let's go back and evaluate this. I can't sleep. So you guys come back all out. So go ahead and continue what you guys are thinking here.
My first suggestion is let's try to get there early tomorrow and try to talk to Jimbo, because I think that might be the thing to do. Because if he did it, then he'll probably just do
What
exactly
is-
what we think.
What is our confidence level that Jimbo will be there tomorrow from either flight or them figuring out what we already figured out?
Yeah, let's go wake his ass up.
First off, I want to trace back this email.
I'm going to say that just to let you know, all attempts to trace back that email are going to fail.
Okay.
But you can definitely attempt it. But yeah, the end result will be failure, unfortunately.
Just too good.
So can we say we just like spent 10 minutes on it to figure out that it's impossible?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's impossible, guys. Let's try another tack here.
Well, we could try to ferret out exactly where the tech came from that caused all the drones to go crazy. Or we can go talk to Jimbo.
I feel like we're missing something, but I don't know what it is.
Well, let's go through the whole thing again. So we showed up yesterday for the heats. We talked to Jimbo. We scanned the cars, and Jimbo said that he was gonna, like the cars were gonna be randomly assigned or something. But then apparently that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
He was working on the progenitor car when we went to scan. There was that extra signature around the progenitor car before the race. There's a very well laid out history that paints a very pretty picture of him being responsible for this, but I'm starting to think that he might have found something he shouldn't.
Oh,
Let's
Like
go
maybe
talk
just-
to him.
Art,
Maybe
is
he
the
figured out how to.
progenitor is the
Sorry, go ahead.
progenitors using their own juice? And how without being affected? Because remember, he grew 10 feet tall. He's probably using the same serum that the wife died from. Or
yeah, and that he sold to us.
Yeah, but she also had a lot of it in her.
remember that the vampire blood still has components that would make an individual blood bonded if taken. Could a person take the serum and then blood bond with another person, depending on the potency?
So yeah, you know that there's a blood bond effect inside of the still inside of the serum, but you don't know who it goes to.
I'm starting to think that if we went to Jimbo and asked him to tell us how his wife died, he would tell us a very different story than the one we've heard.
Right. Is there a way to trace the bond?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that. If that's a tech we want to take, make it like a, what is that? Like a beacon, a tracker.
You could I mean, finding the person's location might be a lot harder. That would be like a correspondence 3 effect, but I think at a level 1 you could probably start
I have correspondence 3s, so
getting an idea of at least who the connection might go to. But it's going to take quite a few successes. So you might need to work together on this. So anybody with correspondence of 1, I will allow for a difficulty of, we're going to do base 6. And you're going to need 10 successes in the end.
So would this be just correspondence?
That's the only thing that you're going to need, yes, is just correspondence. Correspondence of 1 to work on this together.
So just a straight Arte roll, difficulty 6.
Yep.
This usually ends badly for me.
Remember, you can use quiescence to lower. I'm not going to allow for... but first things first, how are you guys doing this together? If you guys are going to be... Because, I mean, a lot of the stuff for this is pretty easy for you. I'm scanning. I imagine you're using scanning device type kind of stuff. But I'm kind of interested in what's the collaboration that you guys are doing in order to try and find where this blood bond is going to.
Well, let's see. I'm only helping Phaedra.
Yeah, I'm mostly doing what I'm told in this one.
So I'm basically inputting the biological makeup into a computer, and then using that to find a location of a similar makeup through a map.
Well, I mean, first we're going to want to see who it's connected to, and then we'll connect down to where they're located. So let's just do the who it's connected to first before we find out their location.
Okay.
Because that's a lot easier to know who it's connected to than to know their location based on this. That will be a very different thing that you'll have to do. That'll be much harder.
Okay.
This will be just where it's who it's connected to. And for this, to a certain degree, you're going to have to, from what it sounds like, is you're going to be comparing it to like biological scans and stuff like that. So you're kind of going off of makeup of you have. So if it's somebody that you don't have any kind of profile on whatsoever, you probably aren't going to be able to match it to a person. But you do have a bunch of tech profiles on pretty much everybody that's, the base, enough for you to be able to check most people that are, everybody that's in the races and stuff like that. Jimbo and stuff like that. So go ahead and that sounds good though. So it sounds like Phaedra is kind of like doing all the data analytics here and then kind of giving it and parsing out the information to each one of you and kind of correlating all of the work here together.
Yeah. I'll use intelligence and hypertech to try and lower my difficulty. I'm real time editing the algorithm that creates the probability matrix.
Okay.
All right, so intelligence hypertech. What's the difficulty on that?
Difficulty be 6.
All right, 2 successes.
All right, so difficulty will be 4 for you, base 6. So you could do 1 more point of quiescence to lower it if you wanted to bring it to 3.
No, I'll just leave it at 4. All right, I've got 2 successes on this.
All right. Phaedra, let's go ahead and have you do your roll.
Okay, I'm going to do intelligence and science to lower the difficulty.
All right, difficulty will be 8.
Three successes.
Okay. That is solid. So you guys are at 5 successes. So go ahead, Robert.
I'm gonna use.
No, that wasn't the arret roll.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, no.
I only got one success, Arte.
Okay, and that was at difficulty of 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so still at 3 successes. So Robert.
So I'm going to use investigation and intelligence to lower it because I'm going to be basically pouring through most of this and trying to compare.
Nice, solid. Difficulty will be 8. Oh
Ah!
no.
I do have one.
You do have a success, so it's just a failure. So you are basically not able to participate. Difficulty goes up for next set of rolls for everybody will be difficulty of +1 because of that failure, though. But not on.
I broke the database.
he's like, I found it. I found the
Guys,
connection right
I don't know
here."
what
Oh, that's
happened,
not
but it's
it.
saying that the database has maximum number of connections.
Ah, I hate that. All right, so Malakai, you're still at the base difficulty of 6 here.
I do not have the correspondence necessary.
With no correspondence, Malakai looks on and cheers.
Yep.
Robert, stop fucking up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Malakai.
All right. So back to Tycho.
All right. So I guess continuing on with the intelligence hypertech. Oof.
Oh. And so that was difficulty 6. You got a failure. Once again, the difficulty will be base
No,
was
no.
It's
I got
zero.
a success. I got a success and a 1.
right. So it's a
So
failure,
there was just
right?
okay.
What do you mean? Do you believe that you have a success?
Well, no, it's just not a botch, I suppose.
I didn't say it was a botch. I said it was a failure, and it is a failure. So the difficulty does go up 1. So we're at 6 is your base, but you have 2 failures right now, which brings you up to a difficulty of 8 for the Arate roll. You don't get to do the
Holy shit.
Arate roll because you failed. So the next the next thing goes over to Phaedra. Phaedra is at a difficulty of 7 for your Arate roll. You can still bring the difficulty down though if you want. Through rolls. But the base is
Okay.
6, current difficulty is 7.
Okay. Gonna have to lower that to 5. Okay, 2 successes.
All right. So then back to Tycho. So difficulty currently is 8 for the Arate roll.
Did we skip over Robert?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm out.
Yep, I actually was thinking that Robert was ducking out. He's like, I'm not going to get filled with paradox on this.
Okay, let's go for it.
So we are at 5 successes.
Yes.
Out of 10.
Okay, so continuing on with my intelligence hypertech.
Yep, difficulty 6.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so it can only go down 3. From the base. So the lowest it can actually get is 3. So you're at 8, and you've got 4 successes there. So the
5.
5 successes.
Yeah,
5
that's
successes there. So difficulty is 3 for you.
Nice.
So you were able to actually modify it that much because of the modifiers already on
All right, I think I've compensated with the laser array.
it.
All right, so it is 3 for the ret roll.
Difficulty
Freed
was
up
3
some
for the-
database connections.
Ooh,
Nice.
there we go.
Nice.
All right, so Phaedra, you only need 2 successes.
I
Difficulty
think I have a
base
line
is
called the
8.
vertices.
Okay. Is the difficulty still 7 for me?
Difficulty for the Arate roll is 8. And then the base roll for you is because you don't have a specialized one, is difficulty 8. So if you want to do science, which you've been doing science and intelligence, difficulty of 8. Tycho gets to lower the difficulty by 2 because of his specialization in
3.
cyber tech.
So I lower the difficulty to 5 for the Arate.
Yep.
Just need 2 more.
Please shut up. Don't jinx me. Fuck!
Oh,
I did not spend willpower. Can I spend willpower?
Oh yeah.
I should have never taught you guys that shit. Yeah, you can spend your willpower to stop the botch. So it just goes to a failure. And we are at the max difficulty it can get at this point, which is a difficulty of 9 for the Arate roll.
Good.
So Tycho, you have a difficulty 9 Arate roll.
Okay.
If it does go up
Intelligence.
above 9, it's just if you get multiple 6, let's say that we get it up to 12 or whatever, it would just take 3 successes to just get down to the base difficulty of 9, and then you would take more successes to get it down. But the highest it will ever actually be in the end for the roll will be 9.
Okay. So intelligence hypertech to backflow the data stream into the coefficients.
Oh, those were the magic
Jesus.
words. So even at the difficulty of 9, I believe you're still at a difficulty of 3 then for your
Yep.
Arate roll.
The roleplay god smile upon you.
Guys got to learn how to techno babble.
Apparently.
Holy
Ooh.
shit!
And that's 3 successes. Thank you, Tycho.
Wow, right over the
Tycho's got this.
So the laser array that is surrounding the vial, like coalesces into a proper pattern that gives a readout of the thing we
Synergy.
want.
And you see it like flashing for a little bit. It's like unknown, 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 and then all of a sudden it goes psh, and it pulls up the mad scientist.
You mean the progenitor that turned
It
into
did-
a big
Sold
fucking
us
thing?
this shit.
Yes.
It did. Oh, he couldn't get rid of the bond. He modified the bond.
I want him.
Yeah. So I mean, nobody's surprised, right?
No.
No,
But like,
I want
I
his
mean,
brain.
no wonder this dude hates the mad scientist if he had his girlfriend addicted to him.
His wife of 20 years.
Wife. Of 20 years addicted to him.
Yeah.
That doesn't really help with the motive part, though.
I mean, he wanted to win the race.
Okay. Well, let's go talk to Jimbo then.
All right, so you guys head out of the hotel, and as you guys are just about to exit out of the elevator, heading to the main lobby area, you see Jimbo with a backpack walking in and into the elevator and passes right by you. Well, goes into the elevator. I don't know if you guys don't actually leave the elevator because you see him. So
I didn't.
actually, I'm just going to say, I'm going to take that back real quick. As the doors open, you see Jimbo with a backpack, and he goes, "Hey, how's it going, guys?"
Pretty good.
Jimbo!
Hey, Jimbo. What? Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, just checking on some stuff. You guys should probably go. And he gets into the elevator. He presses up to a floor that's in the general area. Actually, I'm gonna give it to you. It's the floor of the progenitors that he's going up to.
Oh, shit.
Like he got onto the elevator that
With a backpack and
With
started
what
heading to the
we're on?
progenitor floor.
It told us we need to go.
Yeah, you guys are it's still technically in the elevator with him. You haven't
I'm
left.
holding the elevator door open.
What's up, guys?
Jimbo, you want to come grab a coffee with us quick? We just want to talk a little bit more about the stuff you told us earlier today about the progenitors and that stuff that they were offering us.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't really got much time here, so.
I mean, it kind of seems like you do.
Yeah. You're just out for a evening stroll, right?
Uh,
Nothing that we'd have to worry about in that backpack of yours or anything.
Well, I
Right?
suppose we could go talk.
Perfect. You know a quiet place?
Yeah. He steps out of the elevator and walks out into the main lobby area and walks outside of the building.
Can I do a matter forces scan on that backpack? Is it filled with explosives?
Go ahead and do a Arte roll, difficulty of 5. Don't forget that 10s are extra successes.
that's 6
Uh,
fucking successes.
2, 4, 6. Yep. On 4 dice. Very nice.
All right. Well, I was going to tell you that there was a barrier that was stopping you from being able to scan inside of the backpack, but you broke right through that barrier. And yes, there is a bunch of explosives inside of his backpack.
It's not set to a timer, is it?
No, it's set to a trigger. Dead man switch.
Is the trigger in the backpack, or or do I not know where the trigger is?
It's inside his heart.
Oh,
So
Sweet.
I wanna start using that I don't know, I wanna start just kinda using a mixture of my training and probably a little bit of, we'll say, some kind of ultrasonic sounds that are subsonic sounds that I've come up with, maybe, that are soothing to people, and I want to start trying to just chill this guy out as much as possible.
You
Nice.
probably don't want his heart rate to go too low.
Fair point. I'll watch that.
Go ahead and give me trying to think, charisma plus performance, difficulty of 6.
Performance.
Please don't botch
Is there a
this.
performance?
Expression.
Expression. That'll be good.
Oh no.
The one skill nobody
Charisma
ever rolls.
Charisma and empathy.
Ooh, charisma and empathy. I'll give you that. Difficulty 6.
Is that any better? You bought points in empathy, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, 3 successes. Yeah, 3 successes.
Yeah.
All right, 3 successes on that. Arte roll difficulty of 3.
Oof.
1 success.
1.
That's all you need. It calms him down, and he does go from being a little bit more like tense, like fuck, I'm screwed, to like, these guys might help me out.
Perfect. I was mostly worried about him thinking he was about to have to kill us or something.
Well, yeah. Oh, and also, sorry, Malakai, there's also a shotgun in the backpack. Like a blaster rifle shotgun.
I mean, I feel like that's
Sawed
a little
off.
overkill.
all right, but it's zipped up in the bag. It's not like ready to be.
Correct. It is concealed.
Okay. It just as long as it takes him a moment to at least get at it, it's okay that it's there.
All right, so you guys arrive at a like little corner street restaurant that has like outdoor dining, and like goes off into like one of the corner areas and orders ramen noodles. Well, what can I do for you guys? How can I help you?
Well,
I'm gonna-
First and foremost, Jimmy, we want to give our condolences. We've heard recently about your wife that passed away.
some of
all in the past.
circumstances surrounding her death.
Is it?
Soon to
I-
be, it will be.
I was very curious about her, hence why I delved a little bit into her reports, and I just want to let you know I'm on your side.
So you want to help me?
yeah. I want to lean over to Robert
Yep.
and do a little whisper. Is
Yep.
that possible in our current?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Robert. Make sure this guy's not being controlled by somebody else.
Yeah, I'll start taking a look. I want to kind of casually just bring out my briefcase, set it on the table, and just kind of nonchalantly start setting it up to get a decent scan of both his kind of current mood as well as any thing I can detect kind of altering his consciousness in any way or something that might be kind of tied in or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, go ahead and do perception empathy.
All right. While he's doing that, I give Malakai the eyes.
That's
What?
initiative. Sorry.
Look around. Are we? Are we? I give him the surveillance eyes. The left to right, and then the ground. Look,
Say difficulty
and
6.
and I want to see if anybody's watching
Yes.
us.
Difficulty 6. And Malakai, you can
That's
make a
3.
perception plus
That's
alertness.
2.
Thank
Wait.
you.
No, that's 1.
3.
2, 3, 4, 5, minus 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3.
3. Yeah, 3 for 1 success with 3 successes. That's awesome. Ooh, Malakai.
Out of 6, that is 4, 5.
5.
5 at
All right. So, starting off with Robert, go ahead and get me the Arte roll. Oh.
You didn't see a goddamn thing.
I don't see a goddamn thing.
Actually,
Malakai
you stopped Malakai from seeing what he saw.
No.
You botched.
I did an independent perception alertness roll.
Correct. But your botch needs to be more than something doesn't matter. So the best thing for me to do that actually has consequences is that you stopped Malakai. You grabbed Malakai and told him, "Hey, I see something over here." Or, or not grabbing him, but you know what I mean? Like, you indicated to him that you saw something and it stops him from being able to see the things that he saw.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good rolls too.
I got 4 successes on my Arte roll.
But you didn't stop Robert from seeing what he saw. So, Robert, he does not have any mind influences on him right now. His state is Marauder. That is his nature and demeanor and everything in him right now is that he is a Marauder. Or not a Marauder, a Martor.
Martyr.
Martyr. Damn it. Words matter.
He's going suicidal.
Yes, he's
with an agenda. Okay. So I'm going back to my conversation with him then. Yes, we are going to help you in a more productive way. You didn't by any chance take those serums, did you?
Hell no, I wouldn't take those serums. That's what killed my
Uh,
wife.
Could I? Can I roll to see if he's lying?
You know he's not lying.
I'm
Where you
watching
get
for
that?
that. I got that as part of my thing too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I forgot to mention that, but that's kind of built into the briefcase at this point.
True. I mean, but
Can
I
I?
want to see if it's in the system anyway, in case like they slipped it to him.
Oh, that's a good point. Go ahead and do a Arate roll.
Yeah. Can I spend a willpower to catch myself and give Malakai an extra chance at looking around?
I'll give. Yeah, I'll actually. If you spend a willpower point, I'll let you. I'll let you stop yourself from. I'll basically let you do what you could kind of do on magic rolls that you normally can't do, but I'll let you retroactively use a willpower point to stop the botch from happening in this case. That's
I got one
not a normal thing
success.
I'll do though.
I'll take it.
He is not on any drugs or anything. He is completely sober. In fact, he has no like alcohol or anything in his system. And Malakai, so after you kind of see what or actually, yeah, I'm gonna say that it just delayed Malakai a little bit, but you kind of got control of yourself. Was like, oh, never mind, that's not something like that. And Malakai, you do see that there is a MIB agent that has just arrived and has just got out of a car and seems to be scanning the area.
Is he the one? Is he one that was following us, or is he a different one?
Yep, the same one.
I'm kind of more keeping an eye on the peripherals rather than engaging with Bubba. Nope, that wasn't right. That's not right.
Jimmy.
David?
I want to go over to David and try to get his attention before he gets all excited.
So yeah, as you approach David, David kind of locks onto you and walks like right up to you and starts interacting with you, pulls out his badge and everything and goes, Malakai, can I speak with you for a moment?
Yeah. Keep your voices down. Let's go. Let's walk over here. And I walk out of the line of sight of the rest of the group.
Okay.
So then Jeremy doesn't see him.
Yep. So David follows you, and he says, "Do you know where Jimbo is? We have reports that he might be in the area here."
Yeah. Yes, I do. He's right over there. We got kind of a little situation going on right now. He seems to be preparing to martyr.
That is what our report got back as well. I'm glad that you guys caught him before he could enact what was going on. We had footage of you guys leaving the hotel with him.
Yeah. The problem is that he's got a dead man switch wired to the explosives, and so we can't kill him.
Oh, not a problem. I normally don't kill, I capture. And he pulls out a what looks to be like a kind of like a specialized taser. Says, "You just get me a good lineup, and I'll be able to take him down before he can do anything."
He might. He's been calmed down a little bit. One of our guys helped to kind of stabilize his mood a touch, and so he may be. You might be able to just walk up to him and talk to him. Especially if you operate under the guise of helping.
Well, good job. Yeah, I'm willing to try that.
Yeah, I just hope he didn't see it and you already get spooked. Didn't already get spooked.
All right, we're gonna shift back over to Phaedra, Tycho, and Robert and Jimbo. So
Did we get
Jimbo
the
goes,
outcome?
"What's that?"
Did we get the outcome of Phaedra's ret roll? I'm not sure. I was paying attention.
I got one.
That yeah, he didn't have any drugs in his system. He's completely sober. He goes, "Oh, what's Malakai doing?"
I don't know, but
Yeah, I can't see him.
while we're talking, I want to quickly swap our information and see if we're both on the same page. What did you find about the progenitor during your research of your wife?
I I don't know much about what's going on exactly, but all I know is that they experimented and then murdered my wife and made it look like a suicide. I don't know
Do-
what's going on. I can tell you though that those sons of bitches deserve to die.
Duly noted, but could you guess as to what they were trying to achieve?
I have no clue.
Jimbo, did you cause the accident yesterday?
Son of a bitch was supposed to die then. I'll get him this time though.
Jimbo, you realize you can't do that, right? It's just, if we know all this is going on, obviously other people know all this is going on. They're not going to let you do that.
I mean, you kind of already accomplished what you wanted to do, was to get people investigating your wife. You don't.
The best thing you can do right now is I at least am inclined to believe you that there's something deeper going on. I think you're being set up. I don't know why. I don't know by who. I want to be able to talk to you to know, but I can't do that if you're dead. So you turn yourself in now, and we can support you on this. We've found the same thing.
Give me a empathy plus charisma roll, and I'm gonna do difficulty of 3 because your speech was solid.
After that, I've got a question.
Boom.
Noise.
Nice. Do you want to ask the question before I give the what happened here, or?
Yeah, let me just ask it. Based on what we know about this progenitor's activities so far, how illegal is that inside the technocracy?
Technically, not illegal at all.
Okay, that's what I was worried about. Because, like, there could be the whole, like, oh, Jimbo, we'll get this guy, like...
Oh, sorry. Murdering the wife is definitely illegal. The drug stuff is not illegal. Experimenting on her might be illegal depending on where they are in their approval stage. The experimenting stuff like that, that's not necessary. There's, no necessary regulations regarding the drugs, but how they do their experiments, and the danger and what they've submitted for approval and stuff. Now, if this is a drug that's not on the books, which to a certain degree it is because they're handing it out, but there's...
I'd be fucking surprised if everything that's in this file is on the books.
Right. Well, I mean, it depends on what books you're talking about. But yeah, so there's definitely a level of criminality that is happening here. But just the general concept of this drug is not necessarily illegal.
Okay, so if we can prove that guy, like, intentionally did illegal actions that caused the death of this guy's wife, then...
Yes, and he stated that he believes that they straight up murdered her and then made it look like a suicide.
I'm not saying that it's gonna justify the
It'd be a
vigilantism
crime
in their
of
minds,
passion.
but
It'd be a crime of passion. He might.
I just
get
don't want this guy
on
blowing
that.
up a whole floor of a hotel right now.
My
Well-
stuff's still in there.
So with your successes in your speech, he says, if you can promise me that you'll find out or you'll investigate this to the end, then I will 100% come with you and turn myself in.
Jimbo, I promise.
And then Malakai and I think that's a perfect about almost decent amount of time that Malakai was talking to David. So David says that to head on over and he'll walk with Malakai unless you want to try and stall him more.
I'm gonna kind of no. I think I'll lead him back over and just be like, all right, just real cool, real smooth, you know, and I'll take him over.
All right, so the scene kind of dissolves from there with Jimbo getting arrested, coming quietly. All of the books are or all the bomb and everything is taken as evidence and everything, and he, as he gets put away into the MIB car, he looks at Robert and looks him in the eyes and is like, "You promised me, man. Make sure that you fulfill your promise." He just gets pushed into the car.
Well, Robert, what you gonna do?
Oh, I'm tired, man.
It is like about midnight right now.
We got a race tomorrow. Like,
Yeah, we got a race.
That asshole. We would have been asleep had we not woken up.
I don't know. Can you have a race without the head engineer, head mechanic?
Oh yeah,
sure
there's
there's an
another mechanic
apprentice.
that can get a promotion.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I think there's more to be picked up probably tomorrow on this, but I don't think we can do anything else tonight. I think we pat ourselves on the back for saving a bunch of assholes and
Well, we also
I
and
don't
get
know.
some
woken up.
sleep.
I
Yeah,
think
we're woken up
this is
now by
perfect time for a party.
Oh shit!
I'm thinking
Uh-huh.
is there a bar in our room?
Yeah,
In our room?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bar in your room.
With liquor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Top shelf stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's got a register on it, so when you take it out, it technically is charging somebody's account, but it's not
I
yours.
mean, who paid for the
Not ours.
room? Right.
Yeah, we're here on
I'm gonna
somebody
take
else.
the nicest of stuff, and then I'm gonna open up my science kit real quick. I want to make something close to a truth serum.
Okay.
You thinking of going the get a confession route?
Yep.
So, I think for truth serum,
But I also I have to make sure it's undetectable because progenitors always be paranoid.
truth bullets.
truth bullets. I shot you. Now tell me the truth. um. Let's see here. What's your level in mind?
2.
I think you can get like surface stuff from that, and you have, what do you have in life too as well?
2. Yes.
So one in life kind of gives you some scanning abilities. 2 gives you some scanning-ish ability, or a little bit
Could
more.
Robert help me a little bit?
Robert could definitely. I think Robert would be kind of needed a little bit more, especially if you want to like make it concealed and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I can help with the life stuff, but he's got to help me with the mind stuff. You still awake, Robert?
Unfortunately,
Um,
Toss you a caffeine pill. Wake up, Buttercup. We got shit to do.
so I'm gonna do base difficulty is 6 then for your Arate rolls, and you can come up with something to try and lower the difficulty if you like. But it sounds like you guys are doing a little science experiment on creating a truth serum.
Yep. I'm going to do intelligence and medicine to lower the difficulty.
All right, difficulty 8.
Okay, well, it's difficulty 5 then.
Yep.
I'm also gonna do intelligence and medicine just because that seems fair. I can't think of anything else I'd really use.
It's 1 success.
That's all you needed. Difficulty, or yeah. So you got 1 success on the Arate roll. So we're gonna want to see what happens with Robert's Arate
Ooh.
and action.
Oh,
Ooh,
only that
I'm
nice.
down 5, so Arte of 3.
Yeah, difficulty of 3.
3.
Nice. So at the end of that, you will have, I would say a truth serum that lasts about a scene, and has 2 successes of, like resistance to scan.
Okay. Can I also make an antidote for myself?
Yeah. The antidote, you guys will just need 2 successes per antidote.
Okay.
You
I'm
could
gonna
also
spend a
conceal
willpower.
that if you wanted to.
Well, can I pop the antidote preemptively, and then it's just in.
Yeah, but then if somebody scans you, they might see that you have an antidote in your
Okay.
system.
Cool. I'm just gonna roll a straight Arate roll with the blowing a willpower.
Oh.
Shit. I blew a willpower though. So is that a? It's not a.
Yeah, it's not a botch. If you had spent your willpower first, it would still be a botch. But because you didn't spend it first and you waited, it's not a botch.
Okay. Could I try it again at a higher difficulty?
Yep, difficulty will be base 6, but the difficulty is actually 7 because of the +1 for the failure.
Everybody else been getting cool rolls all night.
Oh, and technically Robert has to help you with this as well.
Yes.
Or no, actually, you have a mind of 1. You could do this by yourself.
2 successes.
All right, 2 successes. I will. So you've got 1 pill as an antidote.
Robert, are you coming with me?
Probably.
He says reluctantly.
Fuck.
Phaedra, what are you doing?
She wants me
I'm
to go to a
gonna go,
freaking progenitor party.
Yeah, I'm gonna go seduce a captain.
You're gonna go seduce the old man that turned into a giant monster today?
I mean, his mind was very charismatic.
Are you gonna try and get him to admit to murdering that guy's wife?
Sure, but I also want like his research.
Yeah, I should have clarified the intention of going. I'm going with the intention of trying to wrap up this shit that we somehow got wrapped up in when we just came to do a race.
Okay. I have to roll a destiny point for a willpower back because I ran out.
Oh
shit.
no.
Well, I still need to roll my.
So
Well,
Phaedra
I
might
haven't,
just
I haven't
Phaedra
run
might
out
just
yet.
pass out in order to stop the botch. So let's.
I haven't run out yet. I still have one willpower point, but I was gonna
Oh
roll in advance.
nope, you
So I
can't
got
roll in advance. You have
4
to roll it
successes
when you
there, so
use
it'd be
it.
Arte with a difficulty of 3, right?
Yep.
For your antidote.
Yep.
1.
Okay, 4 successes on the Arte roll. I just went straight for it. I didn't care.
Jesus.
All right, so you've got an you've got technically now 3 antidotes.
I'm gonna tuck away one of those for later. Or does anybody else want to come with us? Tycho?
Yeah, I should probably go.
Okay, everybody pop your pills.
I go knock on Malakai's door and I'm like, "Did you bring your sniper rifle?"
I'm sure I can rig something up quick.
I mean, how is he gonna use it?
I
Is he
do,
gonna go to a building across the way?
Yep, go
Yeah,
across the way.
the 90s.
break in.
Okay. I mean,
I
are
was
you
thinking
guys
about-
gonna go dressed like that?
I was thinking about going to get the ship, so it could be like a dramatic thing where I like swoop in at the last second. And we just go.
Now I'm thinking of Back to the Future when Car like
Because he's gonna turn into a big ass monster. But yeah, let me get my gun belt on and
So I'm
everything.
gonna take 2 bottles of the liquor. One of them I'm gonna drink halfway. I'm gonna put the truth serum in the other bottle. Everybody popped your antidote pills.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Toss my hair a little bit. Everybody good? You're gonna wear your suit, Robert?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm guessing
I-
Malakai is also going to go back to the ship and grab a sniper rifle.
How big are the streets? Because I was just going to use an assault rifle that's on a proper rest. Because then I don't have to go all the way back to the ship for it. I don't know how long that takes.
So basically the streets are very similar to the picture that you have here, where it's like a big, you're at like the middle of these skyscrapers that are, a good ways away from each other. I mean, we're talking hundreds of feet, football fields, of distance
Yep.
between each other.
And how long until to get to the ship and back?
That'd take you probably, you can probably, there's beaming technology on the ship, so fairly quickly. Quick enough that
Alright.
it's not a big issue.
You can just call them and be like,
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, we'll
We're
do that.
just- "Send to the sniper rifle."
Or yeah, just beam me down the sniper rifle.
Do you guys want to set a comms too, so I can know whether or not I should shoot?
Yes, we set up comms.
No, otherwise it's going to be pretty quiet over there. And if you
I
know,
mean,
Yep.
you
yeah,
guys say
that
the
is-
words, and I'll just start shooting the windows, and that'll get everybody to scatter. So if things go real bad.
okay.
Plus, then I can help guide you to get him into a position where I can see him before you guys, really start grilling him. In case it goes south, I take the rifle and the comm and I head off to a neighboring building to get vantage point.
All right, sounds good. All right, so you guys gonna head to the floor that the progenitors are on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys head up to that floor. The only people that are on that floor are the progenitors. Well, like big section of it at least. Where you guys kind of come out, there's only one door that you know, a long hallway that kind of goes all the way down. You know, and probably about 300 feet down is where there's like another door, basically. But you know that the progenitors are the first door here.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I'm no progenitor, but are we expecting them to be partying after they just got blown at like by a bunch of drones today?
I don't know. We're drunk and we're doing stuff.
yeah, we're having.
Oh, I get it.
Sure do.
Okay. Yep.
Why you think I drank a little bit first?
I was actually
Reach
wondering
over
about
and
this too. I
ruffle
was
your
like,
hair.
where did Phaedra get that they're having a party? Like, this is going to be very interesting.
No, I'm drunk and I'm having a good time, and I know that progenitors have drugs. We're going to continue the party.
Yeah.
Nice.
We,
I
we
like
make
that.
our own party.
So you go to knock on the door.
Mhm.
So you are greeted by the let's see here, progenitors. So it would be Tanya, the gunner, answers the door, and she's in like a you know, street outfit, kind of short tank top and jeans. She says, "Oh, hi, how can I help you?"
What's up, Tauntaun? Having a good night?
Oh, yeah, doing good. Just happy we made it out of that crazy fucking stupid jumbo trap that was created for us. I can't believe that son of a bitch tried to kill us. What a fucking idiot.
Wait, you know who did it?
Well, it
Yeah, isn't it?
just got released onto the web that they apprehended him.
You're welcome. As I sway back and forth a little bit.
Oh, that was you guys? They didn't. All we heard was that Jumbo got or Jimbo got Jumbo.
Jimmy Jams.
Jimmy Jams. Jimmy Jams got caught or was apprehended, and that they're charging him with the attempted assassination of us.
Yeah, the dumb fucker was getting on the elevator as we were getting off with the duffel bag. So we said that's a no-go.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure he was on his way up here to bomb all of you.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, come on in. Thank you guys for saving our lives.
Yeah, we kind of helped, figure it out. So
Just thought
We
we'd
thought
come check on you guys, you know?
we
Yeah,
we
tell
thought
us
we'd
all
party
about it.
Yeah.
You see, as you guys kind of
So-
enter in, there's a big like lab where they're like working on a whole bunch of shit. The mad scientist dude is like going around, you know, like getting a whole bunch of chemistry lab, you know, equipment all set up and, you know, checking different, you know, thermometers and settings and then the street crew that has like more of the street clothing and stuff like that. The gunner, so Zach, Anderson, and Tanya are sitting on the couch and they're doing like checks on and, you know, filing and doing scans on the productions or products that the scientist Dixon is creating. So they're doing like the testing and scanning, but they're not doing them, but they're, you know, also categorizing them and stuff like that. Like, come on in, and they hand you a vial and say, hey, take this.
I grab the truth serum, or I grab one of the bottles from Phaedra, and I take a swig, and I'm like, "So hey, Tanya, you're the gunner for your team. You ever seen a ray gun before?" And I point at the one that's hanging on my hip. It's my dad's. I
Oh.
like wearing this stuff like a costume. It's just my thing. Don't
Oh.
worry, safety's on.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen one like that.
And I take another swig and I push the bottle towards her. You want some?
She takes a swig.
All right. Well, after she takes the bottle, I walk over to the window and make sure the curtains are open.
Okay.
I just do the drunk, like, oh man, Autochthonia. And I turn around and go, right?
Yeah, it is a beautiful city.
Cool. Oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just go to the bathroom. I leave the room.
Okay. Yep. So you head into the bathroom. These guys kind of go back and they're like, "So tell us all the story of what happened here. What the fuck happened with Jimbo? What the hell is wrong with that son of a bitch?"
So, ever since we got up here, he'd been raving some nonsense about how his wife died and not to trust progenitors and bop, bop, bop. So I'm thinking, put two and two together, he's mad that his wife was a druggie.
Yeah, that crazy bitch. She kept on coming to us until she fucking killed herself off just couldn't fucking handle herself. I tell you, man, some people they just I don't know. This is no help for them.
Yeah, I mean, play with fire plenty of times. But fun things gotta be fun.
A lot of the a lot of the people around here use your drugs.
Oh no, we only stop in once a year for the races, and usually it's a special treat for these guys around here.
Ah, so we should stock up then, huh, guys?
Think
I
itself.
love Phaedra.
Yeah, I was severely by the serum that you gave me prior. Some really potent stuff that I could never thought of putting together. If anything, I want to applaud you.
Oh yeah, we have some secret ingredients, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can toast to that, buddy, as I take a sip, then I give the bottle back to her.
She takes a drink.
So, how long have you been on the team?
Oh, I've been on the team for the last 3 years.
That's cool. You ever run into that wifey before she became all turned out? Stupid bitch.
Oh yeah, she used to work on our cars. She was just she was a hard worker, but always is trying to push the limit with the drugs.
Where's your captain?
So the captain is the one that's he's at the lab. And she kind of goes, "Oh, you didn't notice him? He's making all of the drugs over there." And he points over at the lab. That's like he's running around just checking all the thermostats and dropping stuff in here and there. And
Ooh. Okay. Maybe I'll go talk to him a bit and rack his brain about formulas. And I skip over.
he kind of sees you as but he seems to be like deeply involved in his work right now. He doesn't even say anything, but he does notice you.
Pretty good concoction you've got over here. Does anything look familiar?
So what he's working on right now is a regenerative serum and is not using any of the vampire drug stuff. In fact, all the stuff that had to do with the vampire stuff, they um, doesn't seem to have anything. None of the product they have currently is that same product.
Okay. Is he trying to amplify it? I'm trying to get brownie points. Maybe I can say some jargon that will help him.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make a medicine plus intelligence roll. Difficulty of 6.
3 successes.
Yeah, you can give him some tips on you give him like a specific tip and he's like, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, that'll help out a lot. You're right. If I use this structure, this virus, I can get it into the human system even better."
I'm glad you think so. I never did get to thank you for that formula you gave me earlier. You're a very brilliant individual. As I lean a little closer.
Oh, thank you. I try and help everybody with the glory of medicine that I have discovered.
How did you come across such brilliance, if I may ask?
Hard work and determination, young lady.
Well, I can toast to that. So I take a swig. Would you like?
Oh, no, thank you. I don't drink.
Really? That's surprising. Shit. Well, if you ever want to party, you know who to talk to. Where the hell else
Absolutely.
can I get information from?
Well, right now you have the Tanya is truth serumed.
True. All right.
Hey, Josh. Let me try something. I'm in the bathroom. Can I do a spirit scan, dimensional science scan on this guy? Does he show up as a mage?
What do you mean?
Is he a vampire?
No. So Phaedra's already scanned him before. In fact, he had no drugs inside of his system when she scanned him. Like back in the beginning.
How the fuck would he turn into that big monster then?
He took the serum.
Yeah, but he didn't have the serum in his body at that time. Now he might have taken it before the thing. But if you want to do a scan on him right now to see what he's got in his system, maybe if he took it during the race, go ahead and do a Arate roll difficulty of 5.
That would be me.
Yep.
I don't have the life sphere.
Oh, then yeah, you're not going to be able to. Now you could do spirit to see what kind of. Actually, do a spirit roll.
Actually-
You're not going to get exactly what you're looking for, but there is something you can get from that.
Yeah, I want to. So this would be spirit 2. So that's difficulty 4. 2 successes.
So I'm going to say that because of the information that you kind of have, from what you got from Phaedra, the little bit that you have, well, you didn't get really anything from your werewolf lore, but you had, that this is a deep umbral spirit thing that the there's the vampire stuff and then the stuff underneath that. He doesn't have any vampire shit in him, or well, you don't know that for sure. But he definitely has traces and a strong presence of this alien, spiritual, dimensional, science-y thing that seems to be inside of his body. Or in his blood, stream, basically.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
Some
can
nice information for you to know.
Can I scan the other team members? Do they have it?
They do not.
Okay.
Sneak into his bedroom and look through his nightstand.
Should I wreck up the place? So out of game, I'm just gonna say Phaedra, ask him where he got the fucking vampire blood. That's all I can think of.
I mean, I don't want to tell him that I know that it's vampire blood, because a dude who can make stuff look like a suicide is not somebody I want to fuck with.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I brought the right
Fully
bullets for this
aware.
gun.
All right, let's go back to the person we
Thinking
drugged.
outside the box quick.
Please do.
You're
We don't necessarily have to prove he did anything. We know he sucks, right? We can just kill him in the race.
I mean, look, the way that the races go is we're not on.
And the last race we're on with people.
Yes.
Oh,
The Heat, you're single. The main
Yeah.
race, you're not.
We're also not supposed to fuck with the other teams.
I
True.
mean,
But
You got 2 tasks riding on this race, man.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like, our group has always failed. So like, what's murdering another person? What are we gonna do? Get disqualified?
If we could somehow fabricate a scenario that gets him kicked off their team, then we can murder him and still win the race.
Right. So like, my idea was because I was gonna seduce homeboy and then get him drunk. Robert, it's your turn to shine. Like, fucking seduce the girl. Get some information.
Well, she already has the truth serum in her, so maybe just ask her some questions.
Yeah, but be persuasive.
Hey, did your boss kill that girl? Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Well, you did start it off that you already talked about her. She said that, yeah, she knew her, that she worked on the cars. You could inquire, did you do anything, hang out with her ever before or sell anything to her before? Or were you...
So, as a psychiatrist, I have to be honest, the dismissive way I hear you guys talk about drug use among people it's kind of disheartening. Like,
No.
how well did you know this woman? Was she just another buyer, or was she a friend of yours?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say that she's more of a guinea pig. And she kind of like thinks about that for a second. Well, I mean, yeah, guinea pig. Buyer, guinea pig, same thing.
Guinea pig. Do you use a lot of your buyers as guinea pigs, or what makes someone a good guinea pig?
Just the expendable ones.
Ah, so they're just the ones that no one will notice, type thing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we just sometimes things go wrong, and you got to cover things up.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we've definitely been there. I don't know if you've heard any stories about us, but I get that.
Have I walked over at this point yet?
Just ask her how she died.
No.
Yeah, you can walk over.
Did I hear this conversation or?
Yeah.
Okay. So what were you testing? Because that's what I'm more fascinated about.
Well, I mean, so we understand some things about one of the chemical compounds that we currently have, but we didn't quite understand the abilities of removing it from somebody, and whether what they would have exactly afterwards without an avatar. And without the enlightened side, or without genius, what could they do with the after effects of this drug that we were developing? And so we deprived her of it, and got to the point where she demanded the drug so much that in order to get it, she threatened to kill herself, and we didn't take her up on that offer, or we didn't believe her, or believe that she would be able to go through with such a thing in order to achieve the drug. It was horrific, but why am I talking about this? And she kind of like shakes her head.
Because we're friendly. And that is so fascinating. So many things you could do with that. If anything, I congratulate you on your experiments.
At this point, the Dixon comes over and says, "Oh, I think it's time for you guys to go now. We've got to rest up for the race." And he kind of shoos you guys out.
No worries. Y'all have a good night. Party on.
I understand. It must be rough to do stuff like this when you're old.
All right. And so I think we will have to move this on into a part 3, and we will end it there.
Everything trilogy. It's okay.
It is a trilogy. All right. Well, this is Frozen Fallout signing off.
This is Motor Rory. Good night.
Have a good
Just
night,
now
everyone.
saying goodbye. Bye-bye.